Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you guys all of my tattoos. The last video I posted showed some of my tattoos. I don't have very many, and the reason I've never really wanted to make like a dedicated video is because honestly, most of my tattoos are bad. They weren't done professionally, and I think we all know how a lot of not professional tattoos end up. So that's how most of mine are. I have 6 or 7 tattoos and only 2 of them are good. So I figured that I would go along and show you guys and also talk about how and why I got it and the story kind of with it. So yeah. So if this video should tell you anything, it is that I do not advocate getting tattoos under the age of 18. Had I gotten any of these tattoos over the age of 18, I would only have 2, and it's the 2 that I have that I've gotten professionally. I would have not gotten any of the other ones. So that being said, let's get into it. So the first tattoo I have is this one behind my ear. So I got this tattoo, I'm pretty sure, when I was 15 to 16. And it is a Friday the 13th tattoo. Me and my friend wanted to get Friday the 13th tattoos, but we were not 18 and our parents would not take us to get them. I think everyone kind of has that person on Facebook that does tattoos that doesn't work in a shop and has never been like formally trained to tattoos. And so we found this guy and we were like, hey, we want to get Friday the 13th tattoos. And he, was like, sure, okay, no problem. Didn't care how old we were. I think it ended up costing us like 25 bucks a piece. And I got this spider. It was supposed to have like 13, for Friday the 13th. Inside, like the body. Obviously that did not work out. My friend ended up getting a Jason mask that ended up looking like a potato, and honestly hers is worse than mine, because mine you can at least tell what it's supposed to be. I would like to get this either covered or fixed. I tried to get it far up enough that if I needed to, I could even probably kind of cover it with just my hair, even if my hair was up, just kind of like slack the hair down a little bit. And so I wouldn't want to cover it with something that even went, like down here. I wouldn't want it to be like visible. I don't really want any face or neck tattoos at this point in my life. So yeah, this one I might try to get fixed at some point. We'll see about that. Then the rest of my tattoos are kind of around my ankles and my feet. Next, I have a set of hearts on the back of my ankles. And these were done by a friend of a guy I was seeing at the time. I don't really think that he had tattooed that many people in the first place, but I think at this point I couldn't draw. I remember I couldn't drive, so I think I was like 14. One thing that my dad always said no to was tattoos. I did piercings, I stretched my ears, but it was just no for tattoos. And I wanted it just because, I was a little, scene kid. I wanted tattoos. Tattoos were cool, on and on. Basically what every, I think, younger person thinks, ooh, I want tattoos. That's so cool. And so I wanted it and he said no. And I also kind of, I think, wanted to piss him off. So I went ahead and I got it. I just thought that hearts were cute, and I also wanted it in a place where it wouldn't be super visible. So I decided that it would be, a little bit higher up on my ankles, easily hid by jeans or pants. And also I didn't really have anything in mind because I never thought I would actually be getting one. So I just thought, hearts. However, I think they had the potential to be cute. They're not really even the same shape. They were filled in with like a single needle, not a shader needle. There's obviously a lot of things wrong with these. I will definitely be getting these covered up, if not removed. If I have something that can go over, big chunks of black, removed. If they can be removed, since they were done so weirdly, I don't know. Next, I have 2 stick and pokes. And stick and pokes are basically where you get just a needle and some ink and you poke, dip the needle in some ink and poke it into your skin. And this was, I think, my first tattoo. This is my zodiac sign. I am a Leo, and I got this like on like the corner of my foot. This was originally a lot worse looking, but I think that when I got some other tattoos, I've gotten it touched up by multiple people just because I had it for so long. I'm pretty sure that this was the first one I had, so anytime I went and got one, I always had someone touch it up, just because stick and pokes can end up being super splotchy and not very solid. So this has been touched up. This one I don't hate. It's so small and it's actually not bad that I don't think I would regret this one. I wouldn't want to get this one lasered off or anything like that. I like this one. I think it's small and it's cute and I like it. But this one, by far, I know I forgot to really talk about the pain on the other. For the one on the back of my neck, it just kind of felt like it was vibrating my skull. It didn't really hurt. The back of my ankles also I don't really think hurt. It just kind of felt like, you know, like cat scratches. However, the one on my foot, since I've gotten it touched up multiple times, I remember this one is painful. This one is by far the most painful tattoo I have. I would say worse pain in just that little one rather than any of the other ones I have combined, just personally. But I did that one myself. The next stick and poke I have is kind of also on like the inner part of my ankle, and it is an X, and this one is so bad. It's obviously super small and you can't really notice it unless you're really looking at it, but this one is just bad. This one I will definitely be getting covered up, or I imagine this one could be lasered super easily if I was already getting something else lasered off. It would just be what felt right whenever. This one I also tried to do myself. I think that when I was like 14, I had a lot more like pain resilience for when I did the zodiac sign on my foot, because when I did this one when I was like 16, it did not go easily and it hurt a lot, and I just don't think I was like ready to like really commit to doing it, especially since I was doing it myself. It's a lot harder to put pain on yourself rather than like if a tattoo artist was doing it. And the X is more of like an inside thing that I don't want to really like talk about. So I'm gonna go on next to the actual good tattoos that I have. The only good like two, I say two because it's like two separate ones, but it's really supposed to be like, you know, they go together. But it is the Pretty Odd on my ankles. Everyone always asks if it's because of Panic at the Disco. Yes, it is because of Panic at the Disco. The Pretty Odd really just resonated with me. And for a while I felt like I would be scared to get something because of someone, because like what if something bad happened with that person later in life, but I felt pretty safe doing it with Panic at the Disco. So they can do no wrong in my eyes. And I got these done by Porky at Duke City Ink back in Albuquerque, New Mexico. He is a super talented guy. He is amazing at script. I'll put his Instagram right here real quick just because he is so nice and he did these so well. If you go check him out, tell him I sent you. Personally, I really like script, and if/when I get any future tattoos, they will most likely be script. I don't really feel like on myself I want pictures, if that makes sense. I just don't really want like images on my body, but I definitely probably want some more script just in a couple places, and I will definitely want him to do it. The Pretty Odd tattoos are by far the favorite ones on me. Obviously, they're the only good ones that I have, but I love them a lot because they're like perfectly placed. So like if I'm wearing, you know, my usual leggings, you can still see them, and I just think they're so pretty and so cute. As far as pain wise, these weren't really bad at all. More when it got down to the lower parts, and on the outer sides it hurt a little bit more, but it was pretty much just like a cat scratch is what it felt like to me. And so that is all of my tattoos. Most of them are awful, but now you guys know what they're about. As far as future tattoos, I want to get something on my sternum probably in the next year or two. I don't really want to say what I want to get on the internet just because I know a lot of people like to take ideas, and I would like to get mine before I show it. So yeah, I want something on my sternum and probably like above my knee, and then probably a little bit more script in a couple other places. I don't really think I'll ever be totally covered in tattoos. When I was younger, I used to want to be head to toe covered in tattoos, and now just getting older, I don't really think that's something that I want. Obviously that could change. I could get more and just want to keep getting more, but at this point I don't really think that's something I want. Now I have pretty much talked about my ears, my piercings, my tattoos. I don't really think I have any other sort of modified things to talk about on my body until I either get more or have some thoughts on some things. But let me know if you guys want me to bring my boyfriend on and have him go over what he has. He has, you know, like his nose stretched, and he has a couple of tattoos. So you guys can let me know if you want him to talk about that stuff. Thank you guys so much for really suggesting it. If you guys tell me what you want, I will do it. What I feel like I'm here for. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I guess, you know what? Let's leave a like if you like Panic at the Disco. If we can appreciate my one good tattoo. And if you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye.